Our top story tonight, President Donald Trump says Canada cheated and got caught. It all has to do with tariffs and a controversial new TV ad. Overnight, the president posted online, based on their egregious behavior, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated. Now, Ontario says it will pull the ad, but only after it airs during the first two games of the World Series, starting tonight. White House correspondent Owen Jensen has the latest.
Veronica, good evening to you. Tonight, President Donald Trump ripping Canada over that new TV ad, believing he knows why they're airing it.
America's jobs and growth are at stake.
This is the spot created by Ontario opposing U.S. tariffs, starring former President Ronald Reagan and an address he delivered back in the 1980s.
High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars.
The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation accused Ontario of using selective audio and video, and President Donald Trump, charging Canada fraudulently, took a big buy ad saying that Ronald Reagan did not like tariffs, when actually he loved tariffs for our country and its national security. Canada is trying to illegally influence the United States Supreme Court in one of the most important rulings in the history of our country. On the North Lawn, National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett told us.
Yeah, obviously the President truth, something that reveals his frustration with the actions and postures of the Canadians through months of negotiations.
The ad, paid for by Ontario, not the Canadian federal government. Ontario Premier Doug Ford posting today, Canada and the United States are friends, neighbors, and allies. President Ronald Reagan knew that we are stronger together. And Prime Minister Mark Carney said his government remains ready to talk tariffs in Ottawa before flying off, also telling reporters.
And what we can also control, or at least heavily influence, is developing new partnerships and opportunities, including with the economic giants of Asia, which is the focus of this trip.
As Americans worry about tariffs and inflation, I asked Kevin Hassett to respond to the newest government numbers.
Just simply your assessment of the latest inflation numbers, CPI numbers, 3%.
The inflation numbers were fantastic. 48 Bloomberg economists got it wrong. The core was down relative to August and down relative to expectation.
In his post on Truth Social, President Trump mentioned the U.S. Supreme Court. That's because early next month, the justices will consider the legality of his sweeping tariffs. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.